Hey guys, what is going on? Nucleus of Gaming here, and today I am bringing you a pretty weird commentary, yet a very important one to me. So firstly, the gameplay, it's an old Black Ops 1 where I think it gets 63 kills, I'm pretty sure, in 6v6. Secondly, I'm doing this commentary outside because I wanted a change of scenery besides my bedroom and where my setup is. I didn't really want to be staring at my laptop with a wall behind it and monitors and computers and stuff. I wanted to be out in the sunshine, and so there's a little bit of kind of background noise, I guess you can say, but you know, that's basically something that I just wanted to change basically. But the topic is Ashton Agar and his new record-breaking appearance to the Australian cricket team. So, for those who just watched it because it's just a video kind of thing, and it's just a Call of Duty gameplay. Basically, Australia, you have 11 people in a team on cricket, and you go until there is only one batsman remaining, and of course you can't bat with one person, so you only need to get 10 wickets. So England is all out for 215, I believe, and Australia comes in and we're absolutely slaughtered. We are 9 for 119, which, you know, we're trailing by about 95. Now Steve Smith was the only person to really score a lot of runs with 53. Then it was 16, then it was 13, and then it was like 1 and 2 and zeros. And then this 19-year-old Ashton Agar on debut, which means it's your first game, first game for that team in international cricket. He comes in, he's with Phil Hughes, who's 5th, and he's on 20 something, I'm pretty sure. And Agar comes in and he puts on 98. Now, generally you put your bowlers last while you're batting because they focus on bowling, not batting. And then you put your best batsman up the front. And, you know, it's pretty simple. That's basically what you do. However, he's number 11, so he's supposed to be, you know, he's on debut, you know. He hasn't experienced something like this before. And I'm talking about the Ashes, and the Ashes are pretty big, you know. That's a big thing for cricket. And he comes in and he makes 98 on his first game. 98. Phil Hughes, I'm not sure what he went on to make, however, I'm pretty sure he would have made like 70 or 80. I wasn't able to watch because I'm in Australia. I watched quite a lot of it, and I was very pleased with what I saw. But however, I just couldn't keep awake. I kept on falling asleep, and therefore, you know, I kind of had to go to bed, unfortunately, because it would have been about 3 AM by the time it would have all finished, which is quite unlucky. But, you know, he goes on, makes 98, gets out by hitting a beautiful shot, absolutely beautiful shot, and gets caught, which was a very good catch, if I say so myself. And he gets caught by Graham Swan, who's the English spin bowler, and gets caught I'll probably say about 3/4 in to the boundary. So, you know, going for a 4, it was a cracking shot. However, he couldn't get it, which is really unfortunate. But, you know, things happen, and that basically is life. You know, sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days, sometimes you get really close to that century. But, you know, I've gotten out on 94 before, and that was pretty annoying. He gets out on 98. He was absolutely thrilled though. He was loving every minute of it. He got 98 from 101 balls, which that's very decent. He hit a few sixes, hit quite a lot of fours, and he really made the English worry about themselves and really get them pushing to get him out. And eventually it was basically by mostly skill, but still a bit of luck too. And it was an absolutely beautiful game to watch. Now England is currently at 2 for 80 and they lead by 15 runs. So, if Australia can bounce back, I'm pretty sure we can win this first test. On the actual team of Australia and where I'll put Agar to bat next, when he made his 50, I was watching with my dad and I said, it would be good for him to bat about 8, 7 or 8. Keep the top order in the way that it were, because, they might have just had a bad day. But, now, 98, he's beaten records that were set 110 years ago. He's the highest person to score at number 11 at last batsman. He's the highest person to make a partnership at number 11 of 160 with Phil Hughes. So Phil Hughes would have been on 62, about 84 I'm guessing, 84 not out, 86 not out, around about there. So that's a pretty big partnership. He's the highest person to ever, he's the highest person to, he scored the most runs at number 11 for Australia and in the world. So there's 2 records there. He's the highest person to ever make a partnership at number 11. He's the first ever person to make that many runs on debut at number 11 as well. So that he's set pretty good records. These records were set back in, I think one of them's 1896, about then, and he beat Glenn McGrath's record of 61 with the bat, and he pushed up to 98, which is absolutely insane. So he's a really good youngster. However, I don't know whether I would put him up because they've got a lot of batsmen and bowlers now. However, I would still put him at number 8 because he did get lucky a couple of times. Not to say that he didn't bat well. However, the top order is there to do a job, and when you come out like that and get 98 out of 101, that's a lot. That's basically a run a ball. 97 was his strike rate, which means for every 100 balls, that's how many runs you get. So he gets 97 basically. That's his average because he's only played once. So that's pretty decent. And Mitchell Starc has been 99 not out, and Mitchell Johnson got out at the other end, but he's still at number 9, I believe. So I'm not sure. I don't know where I would put him. Like, you say, oh yeah, you could put him up number 4, but that's where Michael Clarke is, and he can bat very, very well. He just got really unlucky. You can't put him there because then you say, oh, well, that person can bat as well. So I'm not actually too sure where I would put him. I would definitely make him number 8, and then move Mitchell Starc and James Pattinson down 1 each, because and Peter Siddle, I'd put him in front of Peter Siddle and keep the order from that, because then he's come in straight after Brad Haddin, who likes to hit the ball quite a lot, and he obviously loves to hit a ball. He was cracking a lot of shots, beautiful shots, very well timed, and so that's kind of a good combination there. Phil Hughes is a very offensive player on his backhand, on his back foot. He's very, very good at the cut shot and pull shot, and he's fairly decent on his front foot. So I'd keep him at number 5, and he did a really good job there at number 5, I believe. Michael Clarke, number 4. Yeah, I can see that. However, he's used to number 5. However, number 4, give him a few goes there. See how he goes. Ed Cowan at number 3. I'm not too sure about that. Jason Rogers, he's come back from playing. He played a couple of years ago. He's now 35. He's got a lot of experience, and he certainly can give Clark like a couple of tips because he's older. Shane Watson, you know, good all-rounder. However, David Warner, who would you put out? Who would you put in? You know, that's what you have to kind of think about. It's really hard making teams, and I really do understand that. However, they are my thoughts really, and so I hope you enjoyed. It's a pretty cool gameplay, and yeah, have fun.